morning, everybody. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning. I have my coffee in hand, ready to do my video. So I thought what I'll actually do is just show you a little bit about what I'm up to, of course. So in my little boxes to the side here, I have all of the soaps that I need to get ready and put back on the shelf, because I've done a market, so obviously you want to put them back on the shelf, and I really hate going back and forward and doing that. But if you don't, then your inventory won't be correct. So it's really important that you just have to go and pop them back on the shelf and go from there. So anyway, I thought I might just show you. We're going to let the camera roll. I will pop some of these away. Maybe we'll do a bit of a voiceover on some bits, so that you don't hear absolutely nothing. But anyway, like I said, let's get going, and I'm going to pack some of these away. You'll see on the shelf behind me, I have made lots of soap, so I'm hoping that soap is going to be good for 2023, that I'll have enough. I should say not good, because we all know it's good. But like I thought, look, we do need to get going, don't we, to make sure everything is ready for 2023. And I mean, generally, January, February going to be a bit of a boring month. Usually most people don't sell that much, but for me, always my market, we'll see if it happens this year, but in the past, generally the first week after Christmas, like the first January week, is when I make the most at my markets. So, and I actually usually take more money on that market than I do prior to Christmas. So isn't that funny? And one thing that I thought is really important that I'll tell you about selling and everything at markets, usually the last week before Christmas or even the middle of December is not that fantastic for me. And most people will say the same, because a lot of people have already bought their gifts. So the markets in November leading up to probably up to about the 10th of December, they're usually really good months. But this year, really, everyone's telling me that their sales are massively down, and I agree in Australia, because I think we're all a little bit more cautious. Anyway, let's pop these on the shelf. Now I do have a second container. I really do need to get myself going on how I'm actually going to be doing this at a market, because I do feel like I take too much at a market, and you don't want to take too much, because then your products may get damaged. But these containers are super good. Mistake I made is having containers without lids or boxes. And make sure you get containers with lids, because it will just save your products. I've learnt that the hard way. Anyway, we're going to pop all these ones on too. And while I'm here, we'll keep coming back and talking about things. I will tell you, my biggest seller at a market is soap. Definitely soap. Last year, funny enough, it was candles, but I really think making them look beautiful like this makes your selling much easier. So, and everyone's telling me how much they love the packaging. I did do a video for anyone that wants to package their products. And also, everyone, if I can tell you, a lot of people are loving the fact that there is no plastic. That is a big thing, and I think a lot of us are more conscious about what we actually want to do and where our business goes, and just a little bit more caring about the environment and things that we can do as small makers, and just trying to limit some plastic. I mean, we can't take away all plastic, because things like bath bombs need to be wrapped, but you can try and use biodegradable efforts as well. I personally find the biodegradable isn't as good, but that's only my own belief. Other people use it and love it, but I definitely will be going, once I finish my shrink roll, we'll definitely be doing that to biodegradable, but everything else is plastic free. So our shelves are ready, everybody. We have popped everything back in that needs to be in, and you'll definitely be able to see ones that have sold super well, such as that one. They actually sold super well and really, really fast. And one thing that surprises me is I actually thought goat's milk would sell really well, but it doesn't. Not for me. Maybe some other people. And I actually went to the effort of getting real goat's milk and everything to make it, but definitely not. But then I guess a lot of my clients do actually want more of a vegan type soap, and obviously that's not, because it has the byproduct of the animal in it. But like I said, we can see that these are ready, and also I have been painting it. So at the top up here I've been going a little pink, but I haven't finished. It's only got one coat, so I'll definitely show you. And in here it's going to have trims in the middle, and those trims are going to be, of course, in the gorgeous pink. So let's get going, and I've got to go around to the other side. We'll put some other products back on that side over there, and then I need to get some postal things organized, because I have 4 more parcels going to the post office. And do remember too that, you know, when you're ordering things, if you're ordering from a small business and it's like the 15th of December, you may not get that by Christmas, because, you know, things are very, very busy. I also have put my melter on, because that's all I have left of big candles. There's pretty much none left at all, and just a smither of the small ones. I am in the process of getting boxes made professionally for those, but they're all going to be the same. They're all going to be a pink one, and down the side it will have like a tick box of what's in it. So I thought that's kind of a good idea, but I'll show you when they all come in. They won't come into the new year. And anyway, and then this is done for now. I do have to make some lavender ylang soap, because they are sold out. There's none of those. I haven't had any for a little while. And all my licorice soap, that will be ready hopefully next year, because it's not ready at the moment. It's still curing. But there'll be a few things coming on that you might see. Oh, and I've got to show you this as well. So these are my they're just some little amber jar candles, but I had these amber jars and I thought, look, let's just use them just to get rid of them, and I'll just be selling those cheap, so they'll be on the website soon. I did sell quite a few at the market, and also these are all my body butters. That's all that's left. It's like literally one of everything at the moment, so I'll take those to the market and try and sell those, but anyway, that's pretty much all I've got left of those ones. And anyone seeing me at the market in January, I will have a bit of a sale of a couple things. Anything that's just got 1 or 2, we'll just sell them off a little bit discounted. But like I said, this is it for this side. Let's go over to the other side and put all the next things away. So here is the other side. Now what I've actually done is divided my studio into a few sections. I will actually show everyone later on once I finish it. I haven't finished it, as you can see. It's a bit messy at the moment, but literally I'm trying to do all my melts in one section, and then my candles here in the second one. And these are only the small candles. The bigger candles will be on the other rack, because I just don't have enough time. And then in the middle here I do have my table. So let me just swing around and I will show you. So this is the table, which this is basically my soap table. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. And then I have the candles on the other one, and then of course all my containers are sitting here. So I still have to reorganize it. That will be my job on the weekend. And I think at Christmas I am going to just close just for about 5 days around the main days, so people can still order online, but they won't get it until I come back. But of course I will pop all of that on there later on. But today is a video just about what I'm up to, really, I guess. So like I said, we've got to put these back on the shelf, so let's just pop these ones in here, so that way we know all the strawberry ones are together. And these ones don't have labels, so I do have to do those, but I've got them in a line, so I know there that this one is this one and this is this one here. But I will open every box just to double check later on. And I've got to show you this. So now I talked about this in a video, so can you see these ones? These are Halloween ones. Now this is the thing, everyone, that I say in Australia we really don't celebrate a lot of these things. Now this is why I generally do not do things like this, and this year I thought, oh look, let's just do it. So I did these, did not sell, of course, because, and I really knew they wouldn't. online. I think if we're in a shop, maybe a couple would have sold, but generally this is why I don't put Christmas pictures on things, or I don't put Halloween pictures, because once that season has finished, then you are stuck with something that, you know, isn't sold, and no one wants to buy a box that says Halloween on it at Christmas time. So, I mean, look, I could easily just go and change the label and give it a different name. I could definitely do that. But that's exactly why I talk about, you know, just not having everything, you know, in a seasonable picture. It would have been better if I wrote, you know, the one that says Count Me In, which is my Dracula one. If I had have done that one and just, you know, said like red berry or blackberry or something like that, and the same as the other one that says Boo, which is a Halloween one, I could have definitely just called it, you know, Honey and Amber or something like that, and it definitely would have sold a lot better. But anyway, that's just a little bit of a tip, and I know that we have talked about that many times. But anyway, I thought, like, while I'm here, I'm just going to give you a little whiz over so that you can see. Oh, and then I've got these little containers, and I am going to sort out these lip balms that aren't sorted out yet, and then they will be in each particular flavour, because I do sell quite a lot of lip balms, and now that I box them, a lot of shops really like it and are telling me they're selling really well in their stores. So that's what I'm going to be doing going forward. And then I have actually moved my fragrance oils down here, so they are just down here, and I'm trying to get rid of them and then just buy them in bulk, like in, you know, a couple litres per each one that I use a lot. So that's the thing, everyone, you know, we all start with doing something that we think, oh, we love all these fragrances, and I had so many, but then once you get your, you know, your particular fragrance, or the ones that you're going to make for something you're doing, then you can just start to get rid of them. And generally I use almost always Pure Candle supplies. There's a couple that I use elsewhere because Pure Candles don't have that kind of scent, but generally I use them, or Aussie Candles would be the main one, I guess, next. But anyway, that's for that, isn't it? So now let's just go and check our melter, because I have got the wax melting in the other machine. Now over here is where I have all of my wax things. I mean, doesn't this look crazy? You can tell how much candles I've made, so I'm going to have to take this off, because this scale, you can take this off and then wash it, which is really handy. I did get this one from Amazon. It's about $40, super cheap. I think it's just called a commercial heavyweight scale, kitchen scale. I think that's what it is, so you can just look at that. A few disasters with some candles that are no good, but you know, we'll just heat over them, and they might be some trials. I am bringing back in this one because I sell it all the time, and this one is Raspberry Musk. It's a really lovely one, and in here I have actually popped in the wax, so you can see it's still melting in the slow cooker, or as they say in America, a crock pot. This one was about $25 from my local department store. It holds, I'm going to say, maybe I was going to say 4 litres, but I don't think so, maybe 3 litres of wax once it's melted down. And then of course we've got to sort all of this out. My tabs, I'm going to get more of these because these are amazing. They're from Aussie Candle Supplies. And I did find this, I can't remember where I had them, but these are, you know, little wick cutters, if anyone doesn't know what they are, and they just cut them, which I'll show you basically on here. So let's just pretend we're going to cut that. You're basically just going to put it onto that over the wick, and then you're just going to pull tight and cut it, but I'm not going to cut it because it's already done. But basically that's how you do it if you don't know how to do that. And over here, this is where I've started putting these boxes. These are the ones that my husband bought for the market, because they interlock into each other. They're just pretty cheap ones. They were like $20 for 4, so I thought that was good, and I think I have maybe 30 of them. I've got some more to pack away. And of course, my beautiful soap. This was the one we did, Licorice. It's starting to look beautiful. Now I've had a couple people ask me what are the little dots. Now if you can kind of see the little dots on it, they'll go away. You won't see many of them, but basically when you use a high content of shea butter, you often get those little dots, but I don't mind at all, because I know that it's a much nicer bar. And I've changed my recipe a little bit to add more shea and more cocoa butter. I just wanted something that was a little less cleansing. So I've upped the butters and I've loaded down my coconut oil, and then I have upped my super fat. So hopefully that's going to be it. So I'm going to test that one and see. But that will be my new recipe going forward. I will do that. And that's the thing, everyone, with a recipe. If you feel like it's too cleansing or people are saying that, take that on board and go, okay, maybe I'm going to change my recipe a little bit. So just have a look at your recipe if you don't like something, or people are giving you feedback that you think's valuable. So anyway, that's what I'm doing with that. But don't worry about the little dots. Honestly, no one cares. The only thing they're going to look at is that color, and they'll say, oh, that looks fantastic. And something that a couple people have told me, if you can see, this is my soap stamp. Now, all it is a stamp that cost me $20. You can get them on Etsy. Lots and lots of people make them. It's just an acrylic little stamp. And that way, if somebody buys your soap, because a lot of people are having issues with people buying their soap, and then they're taking their labels off and putting their own label on. Now, I don't do white labels at all anymore, so meaning that I'm allowing them to put their label on it. So by stamping the soap yourself, you're actually stopping them from doing that, because they would have to scrape the whole bar open or off to get rid of your label, and they're not going to do that because then they'll lose the product. So that is a way, I guess, of making sure nobody's going to just be using your label or your product, I should say, and putting their own label on. Now, this is all the soap scraps. If you can see, there's so many in here. I'll do a video showing you later. This one is for the Nurses Association. So I actually give away soap. Every 3 months, I just do a slab of soap and I give it to the nurses. My daughter is a nurse and I've studied nursing myself. And nurses, I believe, are so underpaid, and they should be more valued, and they honestly, in my opinion, should be paid double what they get paid. They do a really hard job, and they are just amazing. And I know from I've had a few operations and having my babies, they have been just absolutely magnificent, just beautiful. So anyway, I like to give back to the nurses, so that's what I do. I make them some organic soap and they give away. They don't have to pay, it's free. They can just take what they like. And of course I label everything and all of that thing. So one of my daughters helps me take that to the nurses as well. So that's what I just give back. And here is some more little soap. So instead of using candy things on the top, you can make some colourful soap like this and grate it up super fine. And then this, basically what you can do is grate it up, and then you can also put it in like a coffee grinder to make it like little sprinkles. And the one thing that I do, there's different ways you can do it, but doing this way, you don't have the candies and all the extra ingredients. It's just a part of your normal recipe. So I will show you a soap. We will be doing like a confetti sort of colourful fun soap. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but anyway, that's a little bit about that. So I'm going to go now. I'm going to organise my postage things. We're going to go to the post office. Unfortunately, I can't film that because it's so busy. There's so many people at the moment. So I can't film that, but hopefully today has just been a little bit of an insight, but I may come back at the end of the day and film a little extra to put on. But do make sure you always give me a thumbs up, because it really does help my videos on YouTube, and it makes YouTube realize that maybe I'm a person that somebody else may want to watch that has a similar interest to yourself, because I have people that are not just soap makers, have people that make jewelry, that people that make clothes, people that just generally just want to watch making soap or soap products. So anyway, like I said, make sure you give me a huge thumbs up, but we'll put some more at the end of this video and then we'll load it during the week. It is the end of the day, everyone, and I am actually in my bed about to watch some TV. So this is actually my bedroom in here, but I thought I would just get back to you to say we're going to end the video for today, but my plan is to try and do a video most days leading up to Christmas.